Yahoo Finance on the ground at the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland, and one of the persons we always talk to at Davos, that is Salesforce co-founder and CEO Marc Benioff. Marc, good to see you. This is not going to be a podcast, so I don't have tons of time with you, unfortunately. Great. So let's come out of the block blasting on AI.
Faster the better, actually.
Faster the better. Okay, faster the better. AI, what's the job market impact to AI?
Well, technology is always getting lower cost, easier to use. It's going faster than ever, but technology is always impacting jobs. And so we're going to have changes in jobs. And we talked about this already, like just at Salesforce, for example. We've put Agentforce on top of our customer support platform. We have 9,000 support agents. We get about 36,000 customer support inquiries every single week. If you asked me a month ago, I'd say about 10,000 of those had to go to humans. Now with Agentforce, only 5,000 are going to humans. So I can now rebalance those customer support agents, and I'm going to ask them to move into different jobs inside the company where I have a lot of needs in other areas. So this is an exciting moment.
Is AI beginning to eviscerate departments in companies like HR?
No, I think that's not true. No, I think it's making us more productive. It's giving us the ability to augment, our companies in new ways. I'm wearing this vest from Gucci that I just got because I was in the Florence call center, and we put in our Agentforce platform. It augmented those employees. Their revenue went up 30%. The call center agents knew how to sell products, so they can do things that they could not do before. That's a very exciting part of what's possible now.
Do you think the workforce, the global workforce, will be massively, do they have to be massively retrained to work a lot of this technology coming at them?
I find that I am retraining myself. Like, I'm working on my business plan for fiscal year 26 that starts February 1. So I'm actually working on writing the vision statement, the values, the methods, how I'm going to accomplish all the things. I want to make every company an Agentforce company, the obstacles, the measurements, and I'm using AI for the third year in a row to do that. So I'm working with the AI, I'm talking to it, it advises me. I ask it about how what I'm doing compares to my competitors, where my gaps are, how I should fill in, and it's been amazing, but I've had to learn how to do it. And as an example, I'm bringing an executive with me this year, and somebody new who's never worked on with me before, and they were just kind of sitting there with their mouth open, not understanding how I was working with the AI to achieve my goal. So I think that for all of us, whether you're a CEO, a journalist, or a support worker, a sales worker, marketing worker, no matter what you're doing, you're going to have to reach a doctor, radiologist, you name it. Everyone is going to have to retrain themselves to be productive with AI.
Two questions. One, you've been keeping a running tab on how many Agentforce deals, and you've shared that with me in the past. How many deals have you signed, and what is the...
We're in the thousands.
All right, what is the... thousands now?
We're in the thousands.
That's huge.
Well, we did 200 in...
I just talked to you a couple
in Q3.
Months ago.
I know. Well, this is going way faster than anything we've ever done, and it's been amazing, and it's very exciting. And look, I'm shocked at how fast it is going, but here at the World Economic Forum, they've used our platform for more than a decade to run all the sessions and contacts and how everybody finds their way through this. But this is now an Agentforce operation here, and it's agents and humans working together in Davos to make a more successful Davos. I just showed you the app.
Yeah,
so
wild
were
app.
You surprised?
Yeah, I was surprised. I was surprised by the speed, Marc, of how fast things come up. And to that end, what is the consumption? Like, people that now have agents in their business, what's the consumption? How aggressively they are using this technology day to day?
Well, I think that, a year ago, nobody had anything like this or could even conceptualize doing anything like this. So we are at the beginning of an incredible journey for every company. And every CEO that I meet with, I just talk to them about, hey, what's your path to becoming agent first? How will you build an agent first organization? And I'm trying to model myself and show that I'm doing that.
I'm sure you saw the news, Stargate, AI infrastructure fund by the Trump administration, some Microsoft, Oracle, all those names are in there. Were you involved in that, and what signal does that send to the tech community?
Well, Larry Ellison,
mentor, right?
was a huge mentor of mine. I worked at Oracle for 13 years before I started Salesforce over 25 years ago, and I'm very proud of him. He has a vision for curing cancer. you saw it all play out. He's talking about it now quite openly, using AI to do it. He's taken a lot of the research ideas that have come out of his institutes in Los Angeles and Oxford, and now he is putting it into action, and I hope he's very successful and that all of us will benefit from his ideas.
Do you think that Stargate is a good signal that this will be a tech-friendly administration?
Well, I think it's going to be a much more business-friendly administration, which is not that difficult compared to the last administration, where there was no embracing of business at all. There was no discussion of how to amplify. Probably one of the great assets of the United States is our technology companies and our technology leaders. And at a moment in time where the whole world is becoming augmented by artificial intelligence, the United States has an incredible lead right now. It's very exciting, and I think that the administration should work closely with all of these CEOs so that we're able to be successful globally. And this is very important, that the government is part and parcel with what business is doing.
Are you concerned that President Trump, I guess, rolled back the AI guardrails that President Biden tried to put in place?
Well, I think we're still at the beginning of the administration. We don't know where all of this is going yet. So I think, as you know, I practice a beginner's mind, shoshin, the Japanese word for beginner's mind. And right now, at the beginning of this administration, I think it's best if we have a beginner's mind to see where everything is going. I'm very optimistic about what's possible. They have some incredible people working on this.
I remember you telling me, maybe last earnings call, Brian, agents could be used in government. Have you talked to Elon? Say, hey, we got to get these agents in government. They could be major cost savings?
Well, you're right. Agents in government, every government is going to, every company is going to benefit by being more agent first. I know that when I'm working with whether it's my state government or with my federal government, I never have somebody to talk to. So if I can talk to an agent, I'll be happy that I can actually get some of these issues finally resolved.
New mayor in San Francisco. You hopeful?
That's an example. I've talked to him about how do we build an agent first city. I think that it would be an incredible transformation for every government to be more citizen first. And I think that that's one of the real promises of artificial intelligence.
Lastly, of course, the World Economic Forum has always been focused on climate, and you've been a champion in this area. I think back to when you was working on planting 1 million trees.
5 years ago, we launched the Trillion Tree Initiative.
Trillion trees, I can't believe
trees.
it.
Yeah.
This administration is rolling a lot of those things back. I mean, does that set back the world as we refocus on drill, baby, drill, and using more fossil fuels?
Well, I'm optimistic that we can work on things that are important, like the trees, the oceans.
Oceans.
This is really important to me. I think that, again, in the Biden administration, we didn't see them really support work in the fundamental preservation of the ocean. We did see them work on the trees, though. So we saw them continue the work of Trump, where the first Trump administration carried through, where we've had a lot more commitments to, making our trees healthier and better, and restoring and planting, and I hope that we're going to get something with oceans as well.
Lastly, you mentioned you were writing your vision statement for the year ahead. A year from now, for having this conversation, what is AI at Salesforce doing, and what does it look like?
I hope that we're taking every company and making them an agent force company, and not just here at the World Economic Forum or Salesforce, or even some of the guests that I just saw you interview. I won't go through all the names, but in each and every example, my conversations with them is how can they become an agent force company. And
not a Copilot company.
Well, everybody knows that Microsoft has disappointed the world with Copilot, and that's just a repackaged ChatGPT. You know that.
Mark Benioff, Salesforce co-founder and CEO. It's always a treat to get some time with you. I appreciate it.
Great to spend time with you, Brian.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me again.
Appreciate it. That's it. We'll be right back on Yahoo Finance.